Check it out! A moving mountain of steel! Demonic Lord Dudley Emperor! Neo Crusher Ride! Welcome back, everyone. My name is Steven Rodriguez. I'm your true champion, and the gacha gods have blessed me during this clan event, and I can finally give you guys my Demonic Lord Dudley Emperor deck profile for the brand new meta of Cardfight Vanguard 0. If you guys are excited to see this deck list and want to see more videos like it in the future, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications so that you guys know when my videos go live for you. I think something like 60% of you guys aren't actually subscribed that watch these videos, so just know that I do post videos 3 times a week. I do all kinds of TCG and Vanguard related content here on the channel, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, just know that subscribing is always an option. We are slowly approaching 3,000 subscribers, and if we could hit 3,000 before the month of July was over, that would be super awesome. And you guys know how this works by now. We're going to do a deck list, we're going to do some ranked gameplay, I'm going to talk a lot about the deck and how it fits in the meta. If anything in this video doesn't help clear up any questions you might have, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, or better yet, hop into my Twitch channel. I go live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I do all kinds of things in just chatting, and I play a lot of Cardfight Vanguard 0, so come ask your questions and maybe I can give you guys some answers. Links to that can be found down below. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this deck list. Alright guys, here is my Demonic Lord Dudley Emperor deck right now. As you can see, it might be a little bit different than maybe you might have been expecting. So first things first, I want to get out the way. We are playing 9 draw, 4 heal. That is the best trigger lineup to play in Spike Brothers right now, especially with Dudley Emperor. You want to constantly make sure you have plenty of cards in your hand to fuel for your cards putting into soul, so you can Spirit Call more units in the late game, as well as just having all the pieces you need, because honestly, this deck is actually a very hard combo deck, and I'll explain why it's actually considered a combo deck as we go through the video. But first things first, let's start off with our grade 3s. We're playing 13 of them. We have 4 Dudley Emperor, 4 Jelly Beans, 3 Juggernaut Maximum, and 2 Seafried. So let's first things first go over Dudley Emperor, what he does in case you guys don't know. He is the brand new Limit Break boss for Spike Brothers that just came out, and he has 2 effects, both of them Vanguard Circle, one of them being when he is boosted plus 3k when he attacks, and he has a Limit Break skill. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, counterblast 2 and put a card from your hand into your soul to call any 2 cards from your deck to open or empty rearguard circles. So the main combo that is really powerful with this card is in the late game. Let's say your opponent has 5 damage, 2 intercepts. If I have, say, a Reckless Express and a Bracky in my front row, I can swing unboosted with the Bracky and the Reckless, use their Soul Blast, get rid of the intercepts, move them back to the bottom of the deck, and then swing with Dudley Emperor, counterblast 2, put a card in my hand, and then call 2 more cards to those open rearguard circles. That's 5 attacks in 1 turn against a 5 damage opponent. That will kill most opponents unless they have 3 PGs in their hand. That is the outright obvious combo that the deck can do, but there are also some really fun things you can do late game. Say you don't have double Reckless or double Bracky or double Jug or whatever combination of those things are, you can actually call a Devil Summon out of your deck and then get a new card called over to an open rearguard circle or a consumed rearguard circle, which is really nice. Some people play more copies of Devil Summoner. I'm currently just doing the 1 because frankly I find it a very cheeky play for the late game push and not really necessary. But if you can do it and you think you got to go for it, then you got to go for it, right? So the whole deck kind of revolves around making sure you have plenty of these sort of tuck attackers like Juggernaut Maximum, like Bracky, and like Reckless Express, and then everything else just kind of serves as like backups to that, or just other options that you could do for deck thinning / just generically good cards. The next big card we're going to talk about is the other main grade 3 from the clan event, Jelly Beans. He has only 1 skill, which is from hand. Return this card to your deck to add a grade 2 or less Dudley from your deck to your hand. Very similar to Ganslot in that he's a reshuffling heal, but he can search for grade 2s or less. So this card, in conjunction with Dudley Phantom being able to recycle himself back to the deck in order to make sure that you always have a target for Beans' skill, is really nice. Lets you kind of guarantee having 4 kill triggers in your deck as long as you haven't used 1 already. Moving on, we have 3 Juggernaut Maximum. You can play 4, and you're probably correct in playing 4 because, as I said before, this deck wants to maximize on cards like Bracky and Reckless and Jug, so why am I not? And the reason I'm not is because I want to have a way to play around people damage denying me. One big thing that Spikes do not have right now is a Limit Break enabler or a damage adder, so if my opponent keeps me at 3 damage, I basically have a vanilla Vanguard when it comes to using Dudley Emperor, and that's not good. All the Jugs in the world in my hand are not going to fix that. However, a card like General Siegfried will. So that's why we're playing 2 copies of Siegfried. Most people play 1 or none. I like playing 2 because it gives me an extra rearguard that I can ride in the early game to sort of counter my opponent if they're trying to sort of damage deny me. So the whole point of Siegfried in this deck is to act as a backup ride / an early ride or a first ride in case our opponent is trying to control what we can and cannot do. And believe it or not, this actually pays mega dividends in most games that I play, especially against decks like MLB and Dote. Another good grade 3 you can play obviously is Skydiver. Replace the Siegfrieds with Skydivers or cut a Siegfried for a 4th Jug and a Skydiver. Really strong. I think you're not incorrect for doing that. However, I want to make sure that I have maximum consistency, and I feel like having a grade 3 that is reliant on Limit Break without a way to actually enable Limit Break / play around Limit Break isn't smart. So having the Siegfrieds, I think, accomplishes that very well. Moving on to our grade 2s, I kind of already mentioned we have the 4 Brackies as again our maxing of our sort of tuck attackers. So that's 1 game 5k, 14k attacker, makes good numbers, really good late game attacker. We have 4 Treasured Black Panther. This is mainly because we just want to have a good card that we can always call and sort of leave on board, because in the late game you sometimes use Emperor just to get extra cards in the front row for intercepts to kind of keep the game lasting longer if all you have in your hand is grade 1s and grade 3s. So Panther serves that purpose very well. He's our best grade 2 ride, and he works really well with Dudley Phantom in that he's a 6k booster for 16k columns. We don't need to use Dudley Phantom's effect to hit good numbers if we don't have to. And then we have our 1 Devil Summoner for that little cheeky play that I talked about, as well as just getting it in general. A free +1 is never bad. And then of course we have our 4 Dudley Douglas. I almost never use his skill of Counterless 1 gain 5k. He is purely in here as a Jelly Beans target. If you want to cut him down by 1 or 2 to run more Devil Summoner, by all means go ahead. I've been contemplating it myself. And finally, we have our grade 1s. The only notable thing here that I think I should mention is the 3 Medical Manager. As I said, Soul is a very important resource in this deck, and having an on-play Soul Charge 1 is super good. There have been so many times in the early game where I try and rush my opponent using cards like Reckless and Bracky, and then I don't have enough Soul in the late game with Dudley Emperor. Having Medical Manager sort of gives me that little Soul cushion that I need in order to have enough Soul to use all the effects that I want to. A cool thing about this too is like you could play cards like Olivia with this high of a Medical Manager account and probably get away with it if you want to. So I wouldn't be surprised if Olivia could find its way into this deck if I wanted to try and counter, say, other Spikes decks or even counter MLB decks super hard by damage denying them and then using Olivia to kill their Wingall Braid. That could be a super cool strategy that I could see this deck implementing. However, I've been doing pretty okay against MLB as of right now, so I don't think I need to make a big change to my deck list like that. I just want to focus more on general consistency, and that's what this deck does, I think. And then finally, we have our Mecha Trainer, the best starter in Spike Brothers. Don't play anything else. Having access to any grade 1 you want is so strong, whether it be a PG, a Reckless, a Medical Manager. This card will get it for you, and it's super useful. Adds to your consistency by a whole lot. And this deck, as I said before, I think is aggressive enough to where you don't really need to play more aggressive things. What you need to focus on is maximizing your consistency. Juggernaut maximizing your consistency. I'm sorry, please don't click away from the video. But yeah, guys, that'll go ahead and do it for this deck list. If I left anything out or you have any extra questions, like I said before, leave them down in the comments below, or better yet, hop into my Twitch channel. I go live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Pacific Standard Time in the mornings. I do all kinds of things in just chatting and play lots of Vanguard Zero, so come ask some questions and hopefully get some answers. Links to that down below. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and see what this deck can do over on the ranked ladder. Alright guys, here we are for game 1, fighting against, oh boy, potentially an MLB. Will I get to crush an MLB in a video today? Let's find out. Let's find out. Now, when I've been fighting against MLB on the ladder, I've actually been taking kind of an aggressive route when it comes to beating them, because frankly, they I don't really think enough MLB players know that you should control Dudley Phantom's Limit Break, because I feel like they're so used to fighting against each other and just bashing face so much that they're just making so many misplays against you. But you can really punish that by being very aggressive to them in the early game. So I kind of try to be, but I am going first, and going first kind of changes this mentality a little bit, I think, because now I'm really incentivized to be aggressive, so I feel like my opponent will know that, and if their hand is really good, that means I can be punished come their turn. So maybe I'll try my best to control a little bit longer here. Plus my hand really isn't the best right now for a super early aggression push anyway, so if you're not going to give them like 3 damage by the time they ride grade 3, there's really no point in being super aggressive against MLB. So I think I'm going to choose to just kind of like pass for like the first 2 turns, let them give me 2 damage, and then try and see if I can just be pushed to 4 eventually, or just see if they want to control me for a while, because frankly, I don't mind being controlled for Dudley Emperor, because for some reason it feels like this deck can play a really good grind game, because you have really strong rear guards that can just like enable themselves to hit the opponent's Vanguard, so you don't really need Limit Break sometimes to push them to 5 damage, and so when they finally give it to you, you can just like guarantee kill them, which is kind of funny sometimes. Also, a big thing that I don't think I mentioned in the deck profile is that this deck thins like no one else's business. You can literally return 7 of your triggers to your deck, and then the same turn have like 3 different cards taken out of your deck, which is so crazy sometimes. And so the deck thinning with this deck is super strong, and as we all know, deck thinning is deck winning. So hopefully we can see some BS triggers being pulled out of nowhere today. That'd be super fun for the video. Alright, so there's the Blaster Blade. They're just gonna swing, it looks like, push me to 2 damage. Nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. There goes the Blaster Dark. I'm gonna play with the assumption that given that they searched for that Blaster Blade and then was forced to write it, I feel like they either have too many Blaster Blades in hand or no more. So going for the damage this turn's gonna be really good. I think I'm gonna commit definitely just a Dudley Emperor or nothing else besides what I already have here, because I don't want to risk not having enough cards in my hand to use Dudley's Limit Break if I ever get it, / I want to hang on to the Jug so that way I can use this effect later, either to push or just to have stronger moves. Plus, keeping the Mecha Trainer here in this situation lets me hit 19k, which accounts for this defensive trigger, so that's really nice. Can I get a heal trigger? Hey, Psyqualia is going, folks. Can I get some hashtag Psyqualias in the chat, please? Man, I am getting really good at just like calling stuff during Vanguard 0. It's kind of crazy. Like during my live streams, you guys, it's kind of insane what I call, whether it's my opponent or myself. It's kind of insane. If you've been, you know. If you've been, you know. All right, let's see what he's got in his hand. He's been playing like his hand is bad, and it is. He does not have an MLB, but he will get to use Wingall Brave to search for MLB. This is a thing that I see a lot of people do. It's a good play, I think. It allows you to guarantee what you want and what you need for your next turn. So his next turn is going to be very, very strong, but I have got to capitalize this turn, and I think I know just the way I'm going to do it. If I draw a booster, I have a really cool idea. If I don't draw a booster, maybe I can make something happen, but I'll see what, like depending on defensives, it could be a little bit awkward, depending. But I'll still try and make it happen, because it'll be super cool. Like, if I push him to 5 damage this turn, I don't think it matters how much damage he does to me. A Jug. So I'm gonna Ride Skip. I'm gonna activate Mecha Trainer. I have 2 BGs in my hand, so I don't think I need to have any more. So I'm just gonna get this Dudley Phantom. And I'm gonna swing in a way that like looks kind of. Wait, we would swing for what? 1324. Yeah, okay. Good. I was like doing the math really quick. Is it 13 or is it 24? I was like, what is it? So let's see if he gets the defensive here. If he does, then he does. He does not. Okay. So I think even if he gets a defensive here, we'll still be able to hit thanks to Dudley Phantom's effect. But if he doesn't, we don't need Dudley Phantom's effect to hit. So that's pretty nice. So let's see. No defensive. Wow. Guaranteed 5 damage before MLB comes out. That's looking really good for us, folks. I hate to like toot my own horn there. That's looking really good for us. No heal trigger. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I have 2 PGs in my hand. There's no world where he kills us. Now, I know he's returned a lot of his heal triggers to the deck, but I don't think he can return any more, given he has, what, 3 Blaster Blades already out of the deck, considering the one is in his hand, so he might have another one in his hand? Oh my god, he has over 9 cards, and he just drew a 6 damage heal. That's so hilarious. So that's 2 heals gone now, which is just nice to see. That means he's most likely not going to heal this turn, which would be amazing for us, because I think we can go for game next turn, essentially, which is amazing. What are the odds, like, him not even having the Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark in his hand? Like, what are the odds of that? Wouldn't that just be amazing? Okay, yeah, there they are. Is he gonna be, like, super greedy and attack my Vanguard twice with his rear guards? Is he gonna be, like, super Greed Town? He better not give me Limit Break. If he gives me Limit Break, he's dead. Like, he's just dead if he does it. Like, you do not give me Limit Break in this situation. I've seen you see 2 PGs, 1 in drive and 1 in damage. You do not give it to me. He gave it to me. Oh my god, I just realized. Why is he so stupid? Is he banking on me not having a PG? You saw me not use Mecha Trainer. Why would I not get a PG if I didn't have one? Oh, goodness gracious. Don't you dare get a heal trigger. Don't you dare. Oh, baby. Here we go, chat. Oh, sorry. I've been streaming way too much. Here we go, comments. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I get to smash an MLB in today's video. That's exciting. Ooh, Devil Summoner. Do I call that first and try and get a booster? I think I do. Do I call that first and try and get a booster? I think I do, yeah. I think I will. I mean, I see no reason not to do it, if I'm being honest. He also didn't call any other intercepts, which is crazy. He has nothing to protect himself, which is just... I have half a mind to call this Maryland, but I won't, because there's no point. If I get any triggers, Dudley Emperor will be able to attack. In hindsight, I should have promoted the Devil Summoner, but I'm pretty sure I'm winning the game this turn, so it doesn't matter as much. That'll go back. I'll call a column. I'll make it sure. I'll get Jug plus Dudley Phantom, guaranteed to hit regardless of heal triggers. Now, do I call Jug actually? No, sorry. I get Dudley Phantom and Bracky. I'm being stupid. Dudley Phantom and Bracky. That's what I call it. So that way I can keep the triggers in deck. Bracky and... Oh, no Dudley Phantom? Oh, that's right. I damage sharked one. Well, then I kind of have to get a Jug if I want to try and play around the potential of a 6 damage heal. How many healed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? You know what? We'll go a little greedy. It's okay. We'll be a little greedy town. I'll get the medical manager to potentially thin one more card. Please don't be a trigger. Please don't be a trigger. You. Yeah, deck thinning. Let's go, baby. And there's the trigger. Let's go. I think that's a guaranteed game, unless he has 2 more PGs magically, which I don't think he does. I think he only has 1 left maximum, and that's the hit per game. Let's see. Do you heal? No, you don't. All right, guys, that is game 1. Can I see hashtag touchdown on MLB in the comments, please? That is the call to action of the day. Hashtag touchdown on MLB in the comments. Really good game. Rank 9. Moving on to game 2. All right, guys, here we are for game 2, fighting against Nova Grappler. Ooh, please be Beast Deities. Please be Beast Deities. No one plays Beast Deities on the ladder, and I don't know why. I profiled an amazing deck. I used my Beast Deity anti-meta deck to get 3 championships in a row for the tournaments, okay? It's a busted deck. Okay, sorry, soapbox over. I see the Beast Deity sleeves. That's good to see. Ah, Battle Razor. Okay, it could be a hybrid of Perfect Razor and Beast DDs, in which case, I'll count that. I'll count that. But I wanted to mention really quickly, by the way, that the last game against MLB actually was kind of a bad game for me. All I had in my hand was grade 3s and grade 1s, no grade 2s, but because my opponent didn't have the grade 3 that he wanted, he passed, and because of that, I was able to capitalize and, like I said, play a bit more aggressive against him. I probably would have tried to done that much damage against him, whether or not he had the combo or not. Because the more damage that I deal to him, the less I need my limit break early, if that makes sense. I don't think I did a good job explaining that in the last game, so hopefully I cleared it up now. So anyone sticking around, congratulations, you did a good thing. But here we go, fighting against Razors. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. It's kind of like Diet MLB or worse MLB against us, essentially. So like they have the inherent crit, but you know, they might not even get it. Or if they do, they'll lose a lot of resources getting it. And so I'm not sure. I already have 2 PGs again in my hand, so I don't really need to use Mega Trainer. But what if I get a... I kind of want to use it just so I can get the Medical Manager. Oh, God. Do I want to deal 2 damage to him? How aggressive do I want to be? Because like, I can ride Seafried next turn, right? So if I get... You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to be super aggressive here. Because I'm like... My hand is kind of telling me like, hey, go for this. And I'm like, okay, hand, I'm listening to you. Oh, there was a trigger. That would have been nice to have. God dang it, hand. You're tricking me, aren't you? You're lying to me, hand. Oh, no, hand. You're the best. Okay, let's go. Hand is always right. Always listen to the hand. Whoa, gold rutile. That's hype. The gold rutile. That's pretty hype to see. Okay. So, yeah. This will be good, because now next turn I can ride Seafried, call another Bracky, use Bracky's effect. If I draw another booster or attacker like Reckless, I could do a lot of damage to him. Because they don't really commit their hand on turn 2, they tend to commit their hand on turn 3. And so I can really harass him this turn. Oh, he is playing a hybrid. Okay, I'm cool with that. He is playing some form of Beast Deities, which I don't mind. I play a pure Beast Deity deck versus a hybrid, but the hybrid is really strong, so... Don't mind it. Don't mind it. Ah, there's the boy. There's the Lado. Good to see you, Azure Dragon. I cannot wait. Oh, they released Ethics Buster, by the way, today. Really solid break ride skill. Same as I think it was in the original game, so super awesome. Glad they didn't change it. It was a really strong effect. The real question is, boys and girls, what is Extreme gonna do? What is Ethics Buster Extreme gonna do? I'm excited for that. I want that reveal. It won't be for a while, but I want to know what it does, because that'll be the real test of is Nova Grappler broken. That'll be the real test. I'm gonna hang on to this Bracky because I need to have some form of tuck attacker if I want to get maximum offense against my opponent during limit break turns. And you gotta believe in the power to check triggers, okay, guys? We thin this deck so much, we're gonna get a trigger, okay? That's the way you gotta play sometimes, okay? Now, I don't care if I got this 4th damage swing. I don't think it mattered, actually, but it's nice. So I wasn't playing for it, but I got it, which is nice. So, like, that's the way I think you should use a card like Seafried, is don't play for it thinking you need to get it. Just, like, play in a way that allows you to have it and get value from it, but don't, like, rely on that value, because sometimes you won't get it. So let's see the big old Perfect Razor turn, or, of course, a Beast Deity turn. He is going for the Beast Deity play instead. That's actually, in this situation, I don't think it's good, because he cannot control my Limit Break as well. However, he does have an SP Azure Dragon, which looks very nice, so points there, I guess. Look at all those razors too. He would have had plenty, I think, right? Oh yeah, definitely. There's the Miss Splendor. I am a 10k Vanguard, which is annoying. So he actually could get some really good value against us, but he's not gonna go for it because he only has a Battle Razor for a booster. So you know, not the most ideal for him. Oh my God, he's actually gonna attack with that first. Oh, if I got a trigger there, it would have been a big old feels bad, man. I forget. Can you attack any? Can you hit anything? No, it has State of Vanguard. Yeah. He's gonna go for it? Damn, balls to the wall. I like it. I like it. And he gets it comes to a deck list, and having Seafried in this deck, as you can see, is creating options for me. Because had I rode Dudley Emperor or been on Dudley Emperor, I wouldn't be able to do this right now. And guess what? Oh, I wanted to say I just won, but he got a 6 damage heal. So, Monka Giga, but it's okay. We still pushed him to damage when I'm only at 3 damage, so, and we know he has 0 PGs in his hand, so unless he draws like 8 cards here, I'm gonna assume he still has no PGs in hand, so we can see if we can win. There's the P-Razor ride. Interesting. I have 2 PGs and a grade 2 on my board. I don't think I'm going to lose the game this turn, but he will potentially control for my limit break. I'm not sure if he wants to do that though, because he saw the damage that Seafried can cause all by himself, and so like I feel like he's just like, okay, fine, I'm forced to just go for stuff. But oh, I think he is going to try and control this turn because he's going for the Street Bouncer to dig for PGs, I presume. And then calling more intercepts so that way he can defend himself next turn. So I think he's going to try and control my limit break as well as kind of control my board and dig for more PGs to try and survive next turn. I kind of like the play. It's very desperate, quote unquote, but it is kind of, I think, what he has to do because going for game there was impossible from his position. Oh, the drive check of the PG. Ooh, if only, if only. So now I'm really certain he has none in hand if I wasn't already. So I'm definitely going to play as if he has none. while potentially playing around a 6 damage heal again, because I think he has 2 left of those. And when someone 6 damage heals once, guess what? They'll 6 damage heal again. That's how the world works sometimes. That's how the world works sometimes, especially in Vanguard. So I have half a mind to call this Dudley Phantom and Bracky combo, because there's no reason not to. Yes, yes, yes. And then I swing this unboosted at this with a Soul Blast. I don't think I had enough soul with Medical Manager, without Medical Manager. No, I should have one more card in my soul thanks to Medical Manager, which is why, again, it's nice to have him. Let me just double check. I have 1 card in my soul still. Yes, Medical Manager, putting in work. I'm going to swing like this because it doesn't matter, because luckily Seafood can also attack rear guards, which in moments like this is really nice. And there is the grade 3 guaranteed game. Again, boys and girls, deck thinning, deck winning. It could have been a Jelly Bean. It could have been Maximum. It could have been anything, but we got it. That's all that matters. Now he needs 2 PGs. Very unlikely that he has 2 PGs, so let's see what he's got up his sleeve. And he didn't even have 1. This will be the game right here, and boom! There you go. That is game 2, boys and girls. So hopefully you guys saw a really good representation there of what I meant by the options that having multiple Seabreed could create for you, because literally my opponent was like, okay, we just gotta not give him damage and just kind of consolidate our board and see what happens, and it didn't matter. I had Seafried. I was literally doing whatever I wanted to regardless of how my opponent played. If I was under the Emperor, I could not have done any of that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's deck profile, meta discussion, and of course, gameplay demo. If you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications. Also, if I didn't clear anything up in this video, or you have any more lingering questions, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, or better yet, hop into my Twitch channel. I go live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Links down below. Come hang out, ask some questions, and hopefully get some answers live and in person. But with all that being said, as always, I've been your true champion, Steven. Please be sure to work hard, rest easy, live well, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.